Welcome back. Well, and welcome to you, Friday. Here we are again.
Yeah, end of the week, but hey, we're doing great. So.
I know, things are really coming along nicely. I've been able to talk to a variety of folks here for the county. Everything's looking really good, so I'm assuming you will be reporting good things today.
Yeah, I'll talk about some numbers first of all, and then we'll talk about the library in a second and talk about the positives. Numbers are great, except for, and unfortunately, 13 deaths reported. So I'll talk about that real quick. Obviously, we're nearing, and it's sad, but we're nearing 5,000 fatalities for the COVID period since last year for Orange County. So it's still a high number. So how it's impacted negatively people in our community.
Right.
But on the very positive side, 12,000 tests. And only 38 positive cases, which is really going to help do that 7-day trend. We'll show that on the next page. And our hospitalizations at 91 and 23, holding steady. And that's so important with regards to the capacity for everything else. And obviously, the county's doing a great job along with the state to get the vaccinations out there now, including walk-up vaccination clinics and stuff like that. So if we can see those positive cases continuing that, I think we move into the yellow category. LA's already stepped up in part, and so I think next week I would anticipate that. So
yeah, I don't think they can keep it going until June 15th. If you've got Los Angeles already opening up, and I heard about that, I'm like, wait a minute.
I think they were able to execute some additional vaccination clinics that Orange County has, just the few. I think that helped them with regards to their numbers, but our numbers are real positive too. And so I just have a feeling that that's when we'll see it next week with the shift to the yellow, which will allow us, doesn't change many of the regulations, the mask and all of that will still occur, social distancing, but it'll allow us to increase the capacity at some of our activities.
Good. So and that's good news for our businesses for sure. Now, look, it did move actually.
Yeah, so we moved from 2.6 down to 2.4, and again, using that number 38 that we just saw, I think that's going to gravitate down to getting us to the 2. Once we reach the 2, we're in yellow in all categories. Obviously, we'd move at that point in time.
Great.
Along with the vaccinations and the hospitalizations, I think that they can make an exception for if you're in 2 or 3 of the categories, plus your vaccinations and hospitalizations are really well, they can move us into that category. So that's why I anticipate hearing that next week.
Okay, great.
Relative to the village, our numbers are static. We haven't changed all week. So 413 cases, 50 fatalities over the whole period of time. So that's really well, and only really a change of 2 over the last 2 weeks. So again, very much a stabilized situation here in the city of Laguna Woods, which means the village in all cases, basically.
Right.
And so excited that we got our vaccination clinics done. We still have the last shot follow up on the one later next, I think, 2 weeks. And so we'll finish that up, and that's real exciting to have that many people vaccinated within the community.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And we got some shout outs from our supervisor and our assemblywoman. They were very proud of us. Also, so good news is the library reopened this week. Super excited. And I know Eileen was just ecstatic.
Yeah, we were. It was so nice. We were kind of struggling to make sure we got our plexiglass in and had the appropriate protocols for everybody. But Wednesday we got that baby open, and seeing people actually excited about going in the library, and I know you're going to have that conversation.
She had volunteers that just couldn't wait to get in there, and we were able to get out there and sit down with her and have a chit chat. So take a look. Well, it's a very exciting day today. The library is open, and as you can see in person, I have Eileen. Well, is this exciting or what?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We've been since we got the okay, we've been scrambling to get our 60 volunteers back up to speed, make sure everything's ready to go, put up our signs and change our calendar. So yes, we're really excited. We're excited to see people today.
But when I first heard that you were reopening, I thought, oh my gosh, Eileen must be so excited because, you know, we've been doing these interviews on Zoom for the whole year, and it's been great. You have such a great system that you had organized, and everyone was following it just great.
Yes.
So what does it mean to have it open?
Well, we know there's a lot of people, they just like to browse the shelves and pick their own things, especially paperbacks and puzzles. We've been trying to fill up the outside patio, but we have well over thousands of paperbacks that have mostly been sitting on the shelves, and then the people that came in this morning that we recognize, and we haven't seen them in over a year, and they've been like, oh, we're so glad to be here. So it was really exciting. Yes.
I think it's a socialization, you know. It's so nice to have everybody in one spot.
Yes.
I mean, just meeting you, because I had never met you before.
Yes.
I sat through Zoom, so it's really such a great feeling.
Right. All week long we've been having our volunteers come in to practice, get back on the computer, and you know, like I said, we have 60, and only 20 have been working throughout this whole time. So seeing the other 40 in person, and everybody's like, oh, how have you been? And yeah, it's great. It's terrific.
That is nice. So now let's talk about the hours, that it's a shortened time frame.
Yes, because we're trying to still keep the social distancing. A lot of the work that the volunteers do, like checking items in, stocking the shelves, reshelving things, we're doing off hours.
Okay.
So because of that, we're doing just 11 to 3 on the weekdays, and then 11 to 1 on Saturday. So once we get our act together and once things start to open up more, we'll expand those hours. But right now, we have no idea how busy it was going to be. Were we going to have people lined up along the sidewalk outside? So we just want to see how things go.
Okay, well that's good. So then when people, they can check things out, but from a return standpoint, what's going on?
We still want them to put their returns in the slot that's right to the left of the front door, because we're going to wipe them down and let them sit overnight before we check them in and put them back on the shelves.
Okay.
The same thing that we've been doing all year long.
Okay, great. Now, if I would imagine that over the last year, people have probably been going through their things, and they might have found DVDs, they might have found books. So are you receiving new things?
Yes, we've still been getting, people have been donating things. A lot of the things we've been putting out on the patio, but we follow our same process. It's just been a little slower. So if they give us something that's a hardback book that's been published in the last 5 years and we don't have it already, we've been adding them to the catalog.
Oh, okay, good, good. And what happens if you already have something? Do you donate it somewhere else?
Saddleback College comes and picks things up for us, hardback books, because it's hard. We were trying to take things to Goodwill or Salvation Army, and we're getting too old. It's hard to carry things. So I have somebody from Saddleback that comes, like, maybe every 6 weeks and picks up a couple cartfuls.
All right. Well, gosh, how exciting.
I know,
I'm so excited for you, because I know how much you really love it here. And love, obviously, seeing everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming by.
You're welcome, and we'll touch base again.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, back to you guys in the studio.